I just thought I'd make a video about one of my new passions that I kind of picked up. So a lot of my friends and family knew last summer I made the decision to sign up for the Walt Disney World Princess Half Marathon. Super, super exciting, but also very daunting. I've been someone who has never really been fit. I've never been one to run. I've never been really one to work out off and on here and there. But I decided that these Disney runs really looked fun. They have like character stops along the way, and you run through the parks, and they're super awesome, and I'm a big Disney nerd, so I thought that would be really fun. So I signed up for it with the idea that I was going to have a couple months to train for it. And train I did. I followed the Jeff Galloway running training schedule. That's the word I'm looking for. Training schedule. And what it is 3 runs a week. 2 of which are just 30-minute runs. And then there's a long run every weekend, or whatever your weekend. My weekends are Monday and Tuesday, so I always got that long run, and usually on Mondays, which is one of my off days. So it's kind of nice because you can kind of tweak it in that sense, as long as you're getting your runs in. So 3 runs a week for a couple months. Yeah, and it actually made it very doable. I was getting really nervous at the beginning of my training because I would get up to the point where I'd run 3 miles comfortably, and then I couldn't really go any further than that without feeling winded. And the Jeff Galloway training schedule got me used to running all the time. And I was putting so much time into running. So it'd be 2 30-minute runs a week, and the more mileage you ran, obviously the further and longer you were running. So it got to the point where I'd be doing the 30-minute runs, and then towards the end when it was 12, 13 miles, well, that's like a 3-hour run, which is crazy, because I'm a little slow, which I have no problem with. But yeah, I did it last month, the 26th. My first half marathon. I was so nervous that I wasn't going to be able to finish. You hear all these horror stories about balloon ladies and getting swept, and that was honestly my biggest fear, was getting swept. And I was actually very nervous about getting there. I have really terrible anxiety, and all the roads are pretty much closed in the area for the run. And I live super close to Disney, which means all the roads around me are closed, so I was very, very, very nervous. So to calm my anxiety, my mom and my boyfriend, who are my 2 biggest cheerleaders ever, they decided that we would get a hotel, and we would get a bus from the hotel that would take me right to the race. So I'm talking about driving there, I wouldn't have to worry about parking anywhere. Totally eliminates that anxiety, which was awesome. So we did that. We stayed at the All-Star Music Resort. I'm sorry. I was going to say we stayed in the Jazz Building. All-Star Music Resort, which was nice. It was a nice little getaway. We had some pretty good food down there, loaded up on some carbs the night before. Super excited about that. We chilled by the pool for a little while. Fun. And then at about 7, 8 o'clock, I wanted to get to bed because the race starts at like 4 o'clock, I think, 4 or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that. But I got up at 2 o'clock because I wanted to leave by 3 o'clock. So that's insanity. Of course, I was tired all day long, absolutely all day long. My mom and I literally got up and played in the parks. Got up pretty early, played in the parks, checked in the hotel. I was up super early, so I knew I'd be super tired in the sun all day and all this. I had so much anxiety and excitement and nerves and all of this. I could not sleep to save my life. So what I did is I laid there as my boyfriend beside me is totally passed out. No problem. Mom in the other bed is snoring like crazy. And there's me, the one who really needs to be sleeping. Could not fall asleep. Got maybe 2 hours of sleep that night. That was it. Could not sleep. It was terrible. But I actually wasn't tired at all the next day, until after the run, obviously. But I ran just fine. I thought that would really affect me running, 13 miles and 2 hours of sleep, but I did not. was a lot of fun. We got there really early. And for all of you who don't know, there's a DJ that's there playing music and stuff, and there's dancing, there's characters. I know Tiana and Merida, and Tiana, Merida, Belle, and Pocahontas were all there taking pictures beforehand. The lines were really, really, really long though, so I didn't meet them, but it was a good time. So they were meeting. They also had some merchandise going on. They had areas you could buy food. I didn't really do any of that. We got there really, really, really early. So we were just kind of hanging out, watching the DJ. They had some porta potties there. The porta potty lines were insane, absolutely insane. I could not believe it. I mean, I know it is like 25,000 people or 15,000 or so people running, so it kind of makes sense, but insane. Couldn't believe it. So if you ever run them, keep that in mind. Porta potty lines are insane. Don't wait to the absolute minute to use the bathroom because you're going to be waiting a long time. So I started my race. I was in the last corral because first half marathon, no time to submit. I am a little slower. So I just started in the last. And it was actually kind of frustrating because I had no prior time to submit. I was with folks that were actually a whole lot slower than I am. So I was bobbing and weaving to get around everyone. So for the longest time, it was really hard because you are starting such a big pack and then you have to bob and weave all around. And my first, the 5K of it, I actually made really good time. I was like 4 minutes faster than what I was doing in training, which was awesome because I was so pumped up. I was very nervous to stop for characters along the way because I know I usually average about a 13-minute mile, 14-minute mile. It doesn't leave a ton of room. So I told myself I wasn't going to stop for a long time until I knew I was way ahead of those balloon ladies. So I just kind of ran. And if I saw something, I stopped and took a picture of it and just kept running. So I wasn't touching that. I did not at all want to risk getting swept because that'd be super devastating because I trained so hard for it. So just taking pictures of everything. You run through the toll area to get into Magic Kingdom, so that was really cool. Then you run into Magic Kingdom. You run through the park and everything. I'd always heard about running through the castle, but when they released the map, it showed that you ran around the castle. I was kind of heartbroken. So we actually got to run through the castle. It was awesome. Walk through the castle because there were a ton of people there stopping and taking pictures and stuff, but yeah, walk through the castle. It was still really fun though. We walked through the castle, we walked and ran through Tomorrowland, up Main Street, through Frontierland. It was a real good time. I really liked that. And because I work over in Tomorrowland, I got to stop in front of the restaurant that I work at and get a picture, which is really fun. So that was fun. So Magic Kingdom was awesome, and then we ran all the way back to Epcot, which is where we actually first started. So we ran from Epcot to Magic Kingdom, back to Epcot. So we're running back to Epcot, and this one's a little photogenic here. So we're running back to Epcot, and on one of the overpasses, so funny, one of the overpasses, my foot actually got caught on, you know, like how on overpasses they have that little metal piece that holds the two pieces together. My foot got caught in that, and I like totally down. Luckily, I caught myself with my hands. I didn't bang up my knee too much. Did scratch my knee a little bit, so that kind of sucked. But I would have been real sad to if that would have taken me out. Because I'm 11 miles in, I had 2 miles to go, which is crazy. Yeah, that was no fun. I did eventually stop for a couple of different characters. I stopped for a photo op with some of the Disney heroes. So it was John Smith, Prince Eric, Flynn Rider, and Phoebus from Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is awesome because when do you see them out? I mean, I've met Flynn Rider before. She's one of my favorites, so I always, you have Flynn's, I'm done. Count me in. Count me in. But Phoebus is never out. John Smith is never out. So that was really cool. And then when we entered Epcot, I stopped for all the photo stops at Epcot because I knew there weren't going to be sweeping after that. So the first one is Mushu from Mulan, which is awesome. I probably would have stopped for that one no matter what. Stopped for Mushu. I can't take him seriously. I stopped for Mushu, which is really cool. And then there was a Princess Daisy, who was in the middle of Epcot too. So that was really cool. It's really cool to run through the parks, especially Epcot at the very end, because they were already opening the park up to guests. So guests were kind of all on the sidelines. It felt like they were really cheering you on. You felt like you were really at this like sporting event, that they were here to watch you, which is really cool. And before I went into Epcot, my mom and my boyfriend were actually right there watching me run. Or at that point, I was walking. I was on a walk break. So I felt kind of lame seeing that and be like, yeah, here I am walking. But nothing wrong with that. All that matters is that I finished the race. So who cares how much I walked? That's all that matters. Yeah, then I got to finish. It felt really, 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 really good. It felt even better because at the very beginning it felt so impossible to get it done. 13 miles seems so long, and it is long. But with the right training, I was able to get it done, and it just kind of proved to me that hard work will get you far. It really does. That you can really do whatever you set your mind to as long as you're willing to work for it. And I worked really hard for that half marathon, so I'm really glad that it worked out. But I am definitely addicted now because I'm already very excited about my next. I signed up for the Wine and Dine weekend, and not only did I sign up for the half marathon of Wine and Dine weekend, I actually signed up for all 3 races. So I'm going to probably kill myself, but it's going to be so much fun. I'm ready for my next challenge. I mean, I have the half marathon down. That's a real good time. I really love it. I can't wait to do those again, but I think to do 3 races in 1 week is going to be very interesting. So I'm going to be doing a 5K, a 10K, and a half marathon, all back to back, which is insane. It's going to be so fun. So I hope, if anyone was interested in the half marathon and stuff, I hope that this kind of helps a little bit. Answer any questions. I know when I first signed up for it, I was looking at every single thing I could find to find some information about it, to see what was going on in it. So maybe this helped. This is me just kind of ranting though. I meant to make a video for it a long time ago, but I did not. I'm doing a color run 5K on next Saturday. So that'll be a good time too. Alright, well until next time YouTube, see you later. Bye.